We're in the middle of the second round of funding. So would you mind explaining a bit more about what it consists of?
For those that don't know, we, as I said earlier, we have aligned our fund to the London Funders Emergency Fund, and they have been issuing their money in waves. Wave one was for emergency support, so the things we've already talked about: food, phone data, help to get people medicines, that kind of thing. Wave one is now closed and wave two is opened, which also allows for applications for emergency support. So if you're an organisation that is still doing that kind of work and you haven't yet applied, please do. You're very likely to get funded. The money is there to help you deliver this kind of essential service to Islington residents. So please go to the portal. Very easy to apply. The application form is not difficult. You can give anyone at Islington Giving a call if you're having trouble completing it. But really, it's really important that if you need that money, you do apply for it. So emergency support in wave two is up to £10,000. But wave two also includes any changes you're making to your service delivery to support groups during the current crisis. So lots of organisations are, of course, working differently. They're working remotely to continue to support resident online peer-to-peer work or whatever it is, advice, just bringing to get people together socially. We know that some groups are also continuing to delivering face-to-face via community hubs. So some of the food banks, for example, are still working out of community hubs. Again, it's really important that people apply. The money is there and we want to give it out to groups to enable them to respond during this crisis. So the main difference in wave two is that you can apply for things like salary costs, items that you might need to help you deliver differently, to apply for a little bit of management support costs, that kind of thing. The fund is up to £50,000 for one application. Please think about what you need. Don't apply for more than you need because lots of groups want to access that money, but it is there for you, and please, I encourage everyone to apply who needs money. And as I say, if it's difficult or you want to ask questions, please get in touch with us. There will be a wave three. I'm not quite sure yet when that will be launched or what that will look like, but I suspect it's going to be help in a more kind of structural way to charities. So the kinds of things that people will already be aware of in terms of income that charities are losing, hire of rooms, for example. They're losing that kind of rental income. Difficult to make applications to grant funders aside from emergency provision at the moment. So the usual kind of applications charities will be making is really challenging to do. And so I know a lot of charities will be looking ahead already and very worried about having to dip into their reserves. So I suspect wave three will be some sort of response to that issue. And obviously we just want to keep hearing from groups as well who are already sort of hitting that wall or running into those kinds of issues, because we see it as our role as Islington Giving, to support the sector in Islington, and that isn't just now, it's going into the future. So it's really important we keep up those lines of communication.